Hi, I am Dr. Grace Lord, and I am the host of the podcast Workforce. If you haven't listened to it yet, you can find out in the show notes. You're now actually watching some bonus content. Here I am talking to academic expert on intellectual humility, Elizabeth Mancuso. I'm basically talking about why it's important for leaders now to no longer be threatened by other people's opinions. Let's take a listen.
So if I could imagine myself being in a team in one point in time that has a leader with high levels of intellectual humility, and at another point of time being in a team with a leader who has low levels of intellectual humility, what are the different experiences that I'm likely to have under those two types of leadership? What will I see that's actually different?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think when you are part of a team with a leader who is high in intellectual humility, you're going to see that leader being able to listen to others, right? Not assuming that he or she has the best ideas just because this person has the best credentials in the room, right? They're going to be soliciting and carefully listening to other people's perspectives. They're going to be wanting to hear about other people's descriptions of problems and solutions. They want to be able to change their minds, right? If there's a reason to do so. And they're not going to feel emotionally threatened when other people offer opinions, even when those individuals are more junior to them in the organizational structure. And so from a team member's perspective, if I were a team member, I would be much more open to sharing my perspectives in a context like that. I would be open to offering ideas and not fearing that they are going to be shut down or ridiculed. And so when leaders come in with an intellectually humble perspective, it creates a synergy in teams that they are going to be more creative because they are bringing out more ideas and more perspectives, right? If you think of problem solving or brainstorming, those types of processes are going to be much better in a context in which people are willing to acknowledge that other people's perspectives have value, which the first step of that is to realizing that your own perspective is not the only perspective or the best perspective at any given time. And so that's likely to elicit the best out of a team, right? Versus a leader who does not model intellectual humility. In a situation like that, we're not going to see those downstream effects where individuals are able to become more intellectually humble as a team because the leader is modeling that, right? We're typically through observational learning, if we have an intellectually humble leader, we're going to see a trickle down where the team becomes more intellectually humble. They're all going to be listening better to one another, open to each other's ideas, and create this synergy, right, of creativity and problem solving. But when a leader is not intellectually humble, we might see more of a top-down approach. We're going to see less follower-oriented leadership, where, again, with intellectually humble leaders, what we really see is that they take more of a follower-centered approach in their leadership. They're able to show more empathy toward leaders. And when you have more of a top-down approach, it might shut down the conversation more easily, where people are going to be less willing to share their perspectives because they don't sense that those perspectives are valued by the leader who really takes their own perspective as the only way or the best way. And so I think you're just going to see a decrease in both creativity and productivity in most contexts.